Welcome to our West Coast Conference Fall Sports Preview Week. We continue the week with women's cross country. Today I am being joined by University of San Francisco's Elena Burkhardt, Pepperdine's Lisa Santrock, and LMU's Danielle Shanahan. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at each of your individual programs before we get started. Elena, first of all, give us a little bit of a rundown on what USF is going to look like this season.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have 3 returners from last year's championship, and we got a lot of nice and new freshmen in. So we have a different team than last year for sure, but we're excited to start the season.
Great. And Pepperdine, Lisa, what's Pepperdine going to look like this season?
We graduated 2 competitive seniors, so that's hard. So it's kind of a rebuilding year, but there definitely is more promise for the future. Fighting an uphill battle with injuries, but the top runners we do have are looking strong and killing it in workouts, so that's a good thing.
Great. And Danielle, what about LMU?
I'm really excited for this season. We have a really great returning squad. We're a pretty young team. We only graduated a couple seniors, and we have some new girls coming in as well. So it's looking out to be a great season.
Fantastic. All right, let's start with the University of San Francisco. Elena will ask you a few questions about your Dons. Last year was your 5th straight WCC championship. What is it about your program that makes them so dominant and so tough, do you think?
I think it's mostly about our consistency. Like, we won it once, and then of course you get more and more excited, and you want to do it again. And Helen, our coach, is really good in like getting us at a good level and have consistent training. And I think that's our key. And we work well together as a team. We do a lot of team bonding things, and that's the key of winning it.
What do you think is the key to making it 6 in a row this year and winning another WCC championship?
As I've said before, we are a different team than we did last year. And so we went to camp. We had a lot of fun together, and I feel like we are a good team, and we are deep, and yeah.
Hey, and talk a little bit about your coach, Helen Lehman-Winters. What does she mean to this program, and what makes her such a good coach?
Helen is just awesome. I would say like she's the heart of our program. She's the most reason why people come to University of San Francisco, because she coaches really individually, and she also keeps your long-term goals in mind. So it's not that you're going to be burned after 4 years.
And you were the top finisher for the Dons at the NCAA meet this last year. What was that experience like for you, going to that NCAA championships and doing so well?
It was super exciting, and that's also part of Helen's really well training, because I was injured before in the season. I wasn't running more than like 35 miles a week and did a lot with cross training. So I was super happy with how I finished, and of course now I'm even more excited because now I have more training under my belt to do even better this year.
And you were actually also crowned the U23 German cross country national champion. What did that mean to you?
It was great. Like, our German national championships are in March, so it was kind of weird stopping cross country here in November and then going back to cross country in March. But I traveled home for 1 week, and of course there was some pressure, like flying once around the world just to race. But it was just like crowning this good cross country season I had.
All right, thanks so much, Elena. All right, Lisa, let's talk a little bit about Pepperdine. Your team got a chance to host those WCC championship races last year. What was that like, hosting the championship, getting to play on your home or run on your home course?
It was really fun. It was nice to have so many athletes out supporting cross country, because it's a difficult sport to watch, even if it were more of a spectator sport as it is. So there were a lot of athletes that came to support. We made it a represent event, which for SAC we talk about a lot, with just putting on events that convey the sportsmanship priority between WCC schools, and having that support, and also hearing the support from other coaches. Give my coach positive feedback about how well he put it on was really encouraging, and I definitely was present at track meets in the spring when people would seek him out and be like, Coach Radnati, that was awesome. So that was helpful too.
I can tell you we thought you did a great job as well. It was a great meet last year. You actually started at Pepperdine as a soccer player and then made the switch to cross country and track. What made you fall in love with that sport of running?
Well, I always knew I was a runner, but I never pursued it per se. In high school, I ran track and I did distance, and I did triathlon since I was 12, actually. That's really my true love that I will continue to pursue after I graduate. And so I knew I had an ability, but I hadn't taken the opportunity, and I wasn't a valuable player necessarily on the field for soccer. So without playing much, it made me realize I was like, I could really contribute to Pepperdine athletics as a runner.
Now, over the summer, I imagine cross country and track, that's a sport you really don't want to get behind on training too much. So what's your training been like over the summer? How many miles would you say you run on average a week?
Over the summer, I was up between like 50 and 60. We have some girls who are up at 70. It's all I could really manage. My schedule is really difficult with my job. I worked pretty long hours, so literally I would wake up at 6, run for 45 minutes to an hour, work all day, come home, and oftentimes get in a workout or a lift or another run at like 9:30, 10 p.m. if I needed. And I literally just worked and worked out.
And during the school year, you're also a fantastic student. So what have you found is kind of the key to balancing that, athlete, school, maybe even sometimes a job kind of life?
Well, the job doesn't happen during the year, that's for sure. But
yeah, I can imagine it's really hard.
It's all time management. It truly is. And it's really helpful to be a part of this team because the girls collectively, women's cross country is a very studious group. And staying on top of things, it's, sometimes it's done with quite a bit less sleep than is preferable, but I just took a nap actually like an hour ago. I woke up. So you learn to manage.
Well, thank you for being well rested for the hangout. All right, thanks so much, Lisa. Danielle, let's talk a little bit about LMU. Last year, you were named the Freshman of the Year. What did that honor mean to you?
That was incredibly exciting. I went into the season with that goal in mind, and to be able to accomplish it was really gratifying.
What did you think of your first year, and maybe what were some of the differences between college and high school?
I think the biggest difference was always having someone to run with. In high school, I could kind of go out hard the first mile and just lose a pack and just bring it in, not easy, but easier than I would in a college race where you have to be in it every second and pushing super hard. So it was a big jump, but I think it's good for me, and it'll just help me progress so much more as an athlete.
What do you think maybe you specifically learned last year that you can apply to this year and be more ready to go once the season starts?
Racing smart and using my teammates to help me running in a pack. Me and Grace Zamudio, we kind of have different racing tactics, but I think that it makes us stronger working together.
And you guys are about a week and a half away from your first meet. I believe it's August 30th that the season starts for most of you, I think. So what's the next week and a half going to look like training-wise? How will you get ready for that meet, but also not be too burnt out once the day comes?
Well, we're kind of taking this meet more as a rust buster and just kind of to see where everyone's at. If you don't run your best time, that's okay. It's only August. We're looking to run fast in November. So this week we're starting in on all of our just workouts because we're coming off of a long summer of base. So we'll have a workout or two next week and a couple of days of lifting and run just base runs in the morning, and then race Saturday, which I'm really excited.
Excellent. Now, when people think of cross country, they often think of it as an individual sport. I mean, no one can really run for you out there, but how does it work with a team dynamic, and how have you found it to really be a kind of team sport and help to have your teammates cheering you on and being there for you?
That's something that's been a huge change for me coming from my high school. It was almost an individual sport for me. So having a team is amazing. It just makes everyone stronger, and we all want to do it for the team, and we want to work together, and we want to run fast, not only for ourselves but for our teammates, because that's how you become successful.
Thanks, Danielle. Now I want to ask each of you the same question. We'll just kind of go down through the line, and I want to get your response. But Elena, we'll start with you. What is one meet that you're really looking forward to this season? Maybe it's a race you like to run, or a course, or just a location that you like to go visit.
Last year we opened up at Notre Dame, and that's probably also going to be my first real competitive race I'm going to do this year. And of course, I'm super excited for that, that I finally get to race again. But then, of course, I'm also looking forward to nationals, because I remember last year it was like super rainy and muddy and cold, and that's how I love to race. So we'll see how it's going to be this year, but of course, I'm excited for that.
Do you have a personal goal for yourself this season?
My personal goal is just being better than I was last year, obviously, and I think I can really accomplish that because I'm healthy right now. I have good of practice amount of practice under my belt, and yeah, I'm excited.
And what about if you had to set one goal for your team that for you would make it a successful season for your team as a whole? What would that be?
Of course, our big goal is make it to nationals again, but I feel like as long as we're working together as a team and as long as everybody really puts the best efforts in, we can be satisfied with that, and that will bring us to nationals, obviously.
Thanks so much, Elena. All right, Lisa, one meet that you're really looking forward to this season.
Oh, you're making me pick one. Well, I'm excited for WCC's at Santa Clara because I know it's a fast course. I really liked that one last year. I like going up to the Bay Area. It was just really pretty, so that one, I don't know, it's good high expectations for that one, for everyone, really.
Excellent. And a goal for yourself this season?
Run healthy. I had some unforeseen issues come up last year, and so I want to run healthy but also run better, and I'm still new to it, so I perhaps don't have as much pressure because I don't have as many expectations based on previous high successes that a lot of other really competitive girls have, but at the same time I want to be running competitively up with them. So it's still a learning process as I'm facing a senior season, which is interesting, but run healthy and run competitive.
I think those are both very good goals, and one goal maybe for your team that at the end of the season, looking back, you'd be able to say that that was a successful season if we accomplished that one goal.
What would be a successful goal looking back at the season? I think for the girls that we have to stay healthy and run their best, and also to get some of our injuries back. And it really, like you mentioned, it's thought of as an individual sport, but truly I was talking with some of my teammates this morning that without a lot of depth in competitive, like people vying for those top spots, every decision we make, an individual decision, is a team decision because it affects the team so much more when you don't have as many numbers to fall back on.
All right, thank you, Lisa. And Danielle, for you, one meet you're really looking forward to this season?
I'm really looking forward to pre-nationals. I'm excited to see the course. I have family nearby Terre Haute, so that will be fun for people that don't usually get to see me run to be able to see me run, and yeah, just to be in there some high caliber competition and to see how I do in that sort of scenario.
And one goal for your sophomore season?
I took my freshman season as a benchmark, and I just want to improve on every race that I ran, and I struggled with mentally checking out at some points in races, and I just want to be there all the time and be there for my team.
And finally, a goal for your LMU Lions this season?
I would say that just every race put our best foot forward and give 100% effort, and the results will come, the championships will come if we're all in it together and we're all working for this same goal, which is just to be our best.
Fantastic. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. We are looking forward to another great women's cross-country season.
Thank you.
Thank you.